Welcome to the News Hour. There are two major stories we're tracking tonight. One is a landmark decision handed down against social media companies. But the ongoing war with Iran is where we begin again tonight. Now in its fourth week, there were more diplomatic efforts today to end the war, though airstrikes and counterstrikes continue unabated throughout the region. White House correspondent Liz Landers begins our coverage.
Across the Middle East, the flames of war are still burning furiously and with no end in sight after Iran apparently rejected an American ceasefire proposal. Iran's military today showing no willingness to negotiate.
Our first and last word has been the same from day one, and it will stay that way. Someone like us will never come to terms with someone like you. Not now, not ever.
The proposal had been confirmed earlier today by Pakistani officials involved in mediation efforts. They said it had 15 points that reportedly included sanctions relief for Iran, but only if Iran rolled back and allowed monitoring of its nuclear program, limited its missile capacity, and ended its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. The narrow passageway has been backlogged for weeks amid Iran's relentless strikes on energy targets. Iran countered with its own demands, like allowing it to continue its chokehold of the strait, as well as reparations for the war. Those are likely non-starters for the U.S. at the negotiating table. In Washington today, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt cautioned reporters on the accuracy of the reports of that original U.S. proposal, but would not go into detail.
The White House never confirmed that full plan. There are elements of truth to it, but some of the stories I read were not entirely factual. So I am not going to negotiate on behalf of the president here at the podium. What I will tell you is these talks are ongoing. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty details that have been exchanged between the United States and Iran at this time.
And Leavitt warned Iran not to, quote, miscalculate again, pointing to the United States killing of much of Iran's top leadership.
But if Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before. President Trump does not bluff, and he is prepared to unleash hell.
The U.S. military says it continues to hit targets inside Iran, and thousands more American troops are reportedly on their way to the region, including Marines, paratroopers, and sailors. House Speaker Mike Johnson today said that's meant to send a signal.
The buildup of troops is very different than boots on the ground. We don't have boots on the ground. I don't think that's the intention, but I think Iran should watch that buildup, and they need to take note of that.
Israel says it too has ramped up its air assault on Iran as well as southern Lebanon. While Tehran and Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militant group in Lebanon, respond with missiles of their own. And states across the Persian Gulf continue to find themselves caught in the crossfire. Early today, smoke rose over Kuwait's international airport after an Iranian drone hit a fuel tank there. And in Iraq, this complex, belonging to the Iran-backed Popular Mobilization Forces, reduced to rubble by an airstrike. But Iraq says a military clinic was also hit and 7 soldiers killed. Their relatives left to reckon with loss and uncertainty.
How long will we stay like this? We are losing our sons every day. The Iraqi army is being hit, and these victims are dying. What did they do to deserve this?
Today, Iraq authorized the paramilitary group to respond to such attacks in self-defense, another escalation in a war that shows no signs of letting up. For the PBS News Hour, I'm Liz Landers.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.